fired CBS reporter reveals bosses blocked Elon Musk's interview. Okay, this is a New York Post story. Now think about it. Your job is to land big interviews, to bring a lot of eyeballs to the company. So it's like Vinny texts me and says, "Hey Pat, I got an interview with Musk for Unusual Suspects. What do you think we should do?" Oh hell no, we're not. Vinny says, "I got an interview with Hillary Clinton." Vinny says, "I got an interview with Dylan Mulvaney." Okay, I'm going to be interviewed. Go do it, right? But what does CBS do? A very different thing. Rob, is she explaining in this clip on what happened when she wanted to interview? Go ahead. Go ahead and play this clip.
I had conversations with some of the reporters connected to the Twitter files, and I was in my head thinking that there might be an opportunity to tell that story on CBS News. We had a number of topics under discussion. They didn't go as far as we had hoped. But at the end of the day, this opportunity to interview Elon Musk was developing. So I went to the CBS executives and I said, this is the opportunity that we have. He's saying, I want to do it live and on my platform. He's one of the most influential human beings on the planet. And the reaction from the executives was, well, we can't do it live. And I was like, what do you mean we can't do it live? It's like, well, we don't know what he's going to say. I was like, well, I'm thinking, isn't that the point of journalism? You don't know what the person's going to say? Well, it has to be taped. We have to have the ability to edit it. It has to be on our platform. We have to control the platform. We talked at one point about whether we could do it sort of like a simulcast between the streaming network and maybe X. But everything just got shut down. It's one of the biggest interviews you could ever have. I felt so ashamed, frankly, that I never went back to Elon Musk and said, listen, they want to do it, but they've set all these conditions on it. I couldn't do that. This is someone whose DNA is free speech, and how do you tell someone who's committed to free speech that your network can only do it taped and only if they edit it, and it can only be on their platform?
That's it. So you can pause it right there. Okay. I'll come to you first, Vinny, before I give my thoughts. Tell me, what do you think with this here?
This is of the few report, like they're actual journalists and actual, they're not political activists. Crazy. How great. And you know who she is too? She's the one, I think that, Rob, tell me if I'm wrong, she warned us of the Black Swan event.
Yes.
That should be coming sooner or later. And then, Pat, she gets into the fact that, she has it. There's a clip that I sent you, Rob. She holds up, Pat, she holds up the Hunter Biden content on a little drive in her hand. And she goes, I had this. I wanted to run with it. And they said, no, because we have to blah, 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 blah. And that's the problem. And that's when I go back to the accountability. All those people, including Hunter Biden. Look, can we play this really quick, Pat? Rob, just, you could go. Yeah, this is her talk. It's not that long, is it?
Broadcast a story about the Hunter Biden laptop after the midterm elections in 2022. We commissioned a forensic review.
And look, she has it. Scumbag boys.
Got a copy of the laptop data.
All of it.
I have it here still. I went to a lot of effort to get the cleanest copy of the laptop data, the same data that was provided to the FBI, because I didn't want to have any professional journalistic risk for CBS News. I wanted this thing to be totally locked down. When we did the story, we did it after the midterms. I argued against that because it was ready before the midterms. And my training is that you should always do the story when it's ready to go. You should not be dictated by the political cycle. Once we got the laptop story on the morning news, I felt that there was so much there that we could still do. For example, in the text messages, there's unfortunately the use of the N-word, the liberal use of the N-word. And I thought this was worthy of a story, but I was told that it was not something
Hunter
that
saying the N-word a bunch of times in emails, and then she was saying that there was emails from Joe Biden on that laptop. So that goes to my point of, I shout out for Catherine for being an actual journalist and reporter, but it's the accountability. And I think if we let these things go, they're going to keep doing them over and over and over and over again. I want somebody to get in trouble for something.
It's not, you know what it is? It's more than trouble, Vinny. There's something more painful than being in trouble. You know what it is? Being bankrupt, going out of business.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Look, whenever you we go out to dinner, okay? If my kids, waiter comes, you're with us all the time. They have to say, thank you. Can I please this?
Every time.
Boom. Every time, right?
And Brooklyn says no pow pow.
No pow pow.
Brooklyn doesn't want to get hit.
No timeout.
No
Brooklyn
timeout
yeah.
first, yeah.
But the point is, if you're not coming from a respectful, grateful place and you forget the reason why we have this is because of America and all this stuff, we're going to have a problem, right? We have to start off with gratitude. The moment you forget that the salary you're getting paid is because of people that are tuning in, and they're walking away because you lost your journalistic integrity because it's all about pandering to an audience that you don't want to share the other side of the story and give your perspective. And you are so-called CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, all of these guys that are going this route. This is why yesterday TMZ did a story, and John Shahidi, who is an absolute stud of a guy, is on TMZ talking about podcasts, what the podcasting game did for 2024 elections. I think TMZ wrote a story yesterday. If you go to a story about podcasters with Trump, and if you just tell it in Google, it should come up. But they're talking about what's going on with podcasters and how you type in TMZ podcast Trump. It should come up as right there. That's the one right there. Nelk Boys. Yeah. So I pitched Trump on podcasters. White House press needs a shakeup. Nelk Boys manager, if you go a little bit lower, that's the guy right there at the top. If you want to give him, he's a stud of a guy, Persian guy, but him and his brother Sam are phenomenal. You obviously know how I feel about Sam. These guys are funny as hell. Go a little lower. So he's explaining, he joins TMZ. He's the guy that manages Nelk Boys and many others. I think Theo Vaughn is part of the program as well. Go a little bit lower. He's breaking down, if you can even play him, well, he breaks down the fact that podcasters are changing the game. The interviewers on podcasting, it's the direction it's going to now, right? That's today, Vinny. Go to 27, 28. So the credibility mainstream during 2024 election went where? What? Here. What happened to podcasters?
Up.
Went this way. Yeah. Do you realize if this goes like this now, what do you think is going to be in 27? Like this?
Nope.
No, it could go like this.
Yeah, and they're gone.
And if it goes like this, go ahead, Kamala, Newsom, Josh, whoever. Go run your campaign and go through the Safe podcast. Go ahead, do that and see what happens. Go ahead. Don't go talk to all these other guys. See how you do. Go ahead and see how you do. And the other guys, Vivek, everybody, I don't care. Your name is Pac-Man, I'll come to you.
Yep.
Your name is Cenk, I'll come to you. Your name is Joe, I'll come to you. I mean, he's not done Joe yet, although I think Vivek should go on Joe. And that'd be a very good podcast. I'd like to see that happen with Vivek being on Joe Rogan. I think it'd be phenomenal. I think Joe liked the podcast with Mark Andreessen. I think Joe and Vivek would be explosive. That'd be a great podcast to do. And it'd be interesting if it's... Anyways, but the point is 2027, 2028, it's game changer. So what are these guys going to do? They have to change or else you're done. You don't have a choice if you don't change. You're gone if you don't change. The market's not gonna forgive you for you not making an adjustment. That's worse than, hey, they got to be held accountable. Market's going to hold them accountable, Tom.
So imagine a person that has a back injury and you got to go in for the surgery, but you don't want everything the surgery entails. You're going to lose mobility in your back. They're going to fuse a couple vertebrae, but they tell you that's what you need to do. And you're going to be different going forward with mobility and your ability to work out, but that's what you have to do. But instead, you go home and you ice it, you put on icy hot patches, you limit your workouts, and you start taking Oxycontin. Pretty soon you're addicted to Oxycontin, right? It's a legal painkiller. And you go to one doctor and says, hey, Vinny, I've given you 2 prescriptions in a row. You really got to be careful with this. I only gave it to you because you were to give you pain relief so that then you could get to your surgery. But if you tell me you're not doing your surgery, I can't give you more prescriptions because I'm going to make you into an addict.
Vinny doesn't take Oxy.
Now, hang on. Watch. I'm giving this example.
I don't want the audience to send like a counter.
No, Vixie doesn't. He does not.
Vinny doesn't take Oxy, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's little blue triangles are not Oxy, definitely.
Blue magic. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. So what am I saying? Now watch this. Right now, cable as a technology is drifting down.
Yes.
Older people using cable. So they already have problems with audience just on access technology. They have problems. And they have problems on message. People don't want what they're serving, right? So what does CNN do? Oxycontin. It's called Everybody Gets a 50% Pay Cut. Everybody gets a 50% pay cut. The viewership is down. We got problems with cable. Everybody gets a pay cut. That's OxyContin. See, MSNBC. Hey, Rachel, we need to, I understand. I'll take a $5 million pay cut. But she did last week.
From 30 to 25.
Actually, I don't know if it was exactly last week, but the news leaked and then it was confirmed by everybody.
Way, I don't know if it's a pay cut because she went back down to just doing it once a week. So
exactly.
They're overpaying her.
Yeah, if you
$25 million.
What business does that?
But let me get to it. It's all OxyContin. They're trying to save money, but they're not going in for the back surgery that's going to change them. They're not going in to change. They're not saying this takes surgery. We have to do this. We need a more moderated approach at CNN. They're just giving everybody a pay cut and hoping that the cable shift doesn't happen. But they're not changing a damn thing.
Are you indirectly telling Vinny and I that we should go for the back surgery?
Is that what you're saying? Because you know we both have
if you're saying that, Tom, I mean, it's like like public information. I don't want the...
I'm saying that the liberal think tank and the bubble that is liberal thought in this country and the mainstream media cannot look in the mirror and say, you know what? We effed up. Yeah. And guess what, guys? We need more mainstream coverage. We need more voices. I'm not putting those bastards on this network. That's what they're thinking.
I'm telling you.
And they're dying.
I'm telling you, Vinny. The market never lies. You can't fool the market for too long. Look, when we started like this game that we're in right now with what we're doing, right? When yesterday a guy comes in, we're talking about potentially doing something with soccer locally. In Fort Lauderdale. A lot of people have interest, kids, soccer. Hey, Pat, can we start a school, an academy? You know, we want some of our kids to come and spend time with you guys. I want to. We're going to maybe do something, first test, for a parent or their parents to come with us with their child and spend a day and a half with us. Like imagine parent has to be there, and then you can bring your child with you. You have to be present together because we're going to talk to the parents and we're going to talk to the kids. You know, who knows if we do that or not? This is one of the biggest things that people are asking about parents and kids to get involved and come to our new campus. You're in a meeting yesterday, right? When we're doing this late at night last night. And I said to these guys, hey,
smart guys.
Very smart guys. What if we do this and what if we do that and what if we build this? I said, listen, here's how this thing works. I said, what you're telling me is an academy here. That's step number 8. What is step number 1? Test to see if there's a market for it. PBD podcast. Okay, we started. At first, what was it called? What's it called? Unusual Suspects at first? It was called Unusual Suspects because we own the domain unusualsuspects.com.
And we did 10 episodes called Unusual Suspects.
And then we switched to PBD Show, then PBD
David podcast,
something,
PBD
something,
show.
and then we went PBD Show.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
There was like 3 months.
We changed the name like 5 times.
Exactly.
I don't know what it was. You maybe expect the name.
2020 in Dallas.
So anyways, eventually the Unusual Suspects.
Friend out there.
Yeah. So
wow.
And by the way, we've had such interesting moments. But going back to it, I said, I don't know if this is going to do anything. I have no idea what it's going to do, right? And then you see the picture, the image, Rob. If you have that says the episode 30
was
look at Adam. Adam, you look like you voted for Hillary and Joe Biden right there. Look at that photo, Pat. You look like you voted for everybody right there.
So were you
heavier,
this,
Adam?
You look at this,
on the sauce.
And,
on the sauce.
And all of a sudden, we're like, let's see what this does. At that point, Valuetainment has already got a few million subscribers, 3 million subscribers, but I want to talk politics.
Yes.
But it's risky.
Yeah.
So we tested it. What does the market say 4 years later?
We love it. Okay. We want it.
Market says we love it. Okay. We love it. By the way, that's Batman in the back and the old Norway guy, Kai, who's a great book recommender. So anyways.
Tom, this was your first appearance back, 45.
We do this and then we test. What does the market say? We want more. And it grows. Okay. But let me tell you, you can also put up a video and put up an episode that you're ecstatic about, and you're like, this thing's going to blow up. Yeah. And the market says, nah, this sucked. Yeah. We don't like it, right? Because sometimes when you have victory after victory after victory, you're like, oh my God, we're this. And then you feel like you walk on water, and the market's going to be like, wah, wah. Yeah. What was this all about? Okay, relax. Yeah, go back to creating good content. You got a little bit lazy, right? Mm-hmm. That's what happened to CBS, ABC, NBC, and all these other guys. This is a permanent thing. Market never lies, and it's a publicly humiliating loss that they're going through. If they don't adjust, this continues. Today is Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Black Friday. And the reason why they call it Black Friday is because that is the first day that a lot of the retailers go into profit mode. So whatever else they make the rest of the year, hey, the name is Black Friday. Let me tell you what my code's been every year for Black Friday. Many, many years ago, it was about lining up outside of Walmart or Best Buy or Costco. I'm going to get the big TV for 50% discount. Nowadays, it's Amazon and all this other stuff. And you splurge and you splurge and you splurge, and nothing about you improved, and it's the same old, same old. Here's what we're doing for Black Friday, folks. First of all, we have a massive Black Friday sale that's going to be 50% off. There's a whole setup, 50% off hats, shirts. We have this notebook here, the Valuetainment notebook that's got the multiple different charts that we use at the Vault Conference. For some of you guys that are business owners, this is a perfect notebook for you, 50% discount. Shirts, gears, you'll see all these things, wallets, Angry Patriot stickers, even the SLS leadership event that if you attended it, it's $5,000 a ticket to $30,000 held at Mar-a-Lago. The recording is selling for $1,000. Today's discount of $497. If you go all the way to the top, Rob, we have a bundle with all the different courses combined together. It's a price point of $12,688 when you buy it independently for the entire weekend. Whether you want to improve your sales or how to be a better public speaker, how to create content that goes viral, how to have strategies to scale your business, the Vault recording, the advanced business strategy, business planning workshop, all of it that people, if they wanted to buy a ticket, they could spend $20,000, $30,000 for the ticket. Exclusive recording. This is going to be around 30 hours of recording for $997 only. Again, represent the brands you believe in. Take advantage of the brands that you want to support. I'm going around right now seeing Valuetainment gear all over the place. Future Looks Bright, USA, Angry Patriot, everywhere, which is phenomenal to see. If you got big plans for 2025, find a way to recreate yourself. And if you represent PBD Podcast, Valuetainment, how we process issues, what we do here, we're giving a 50% discount on items purely this weekend. And by the way, I'm telling you this, anybody that places an order over $500, you're probably going to get a FaceTime call from me. So me, Adam, Vinny, we may do a surprise FaceTime call tonight during Thanksgiving and talk to you and have a conversation with you, but the order needs to be $500 or more. You'll get some surprise FaceTime calls from us. Having said that, go to vtmerch.com, place the order before these things sell out, because they will this weekend. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.